Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here, and welcome to a small rant video. I suppose it's not so much of a rant video as a discussion video where I talk about some things on my mind and some things I want to get off my chest in regards to the Pokemon Gold playthrough. I say it's not a rant because I'm not really angry about anything, but I have been feeling a bit stressed out over some things that have been going on during the course of this playthrough, and I just want to take a few minutes to address those things before I continue uploading any more parts. Otherwise, I just may go off the deep end, and that is the last thing I want to do right now. So when I decided to do Pokemon Gold, I knew it was going to be a big undertaking. Not only is it an RPG, but it's a very extensive RPG that's going to take a lot of time and dedication, especially with how I am approaching the playthrough. Not only that, but I'm also doing this playthrough right after finishing another fairly lengthy RPG in Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, so there was very little rest in between the two projects. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. I should have taken a longer break in between the two games, or I shouldn't have worried about going for a full Pokédex completion, and instead done things the way I wanted to. While that is a very valid point, I am doing this the way I wanted to. When I play through Pokemon games, I go for trying to catch all the Pokemon. That's the kind of Pokemon player I am. I'm not a team builder or a competitive fighter or anything like that. I just try to catch as many Pokemon as I can. I know it may not be the best or most interesting way to do a playthrough on YouTube, but it's different from what's already on YouTube, and a lot of people have actually commented very positively about that aspect, saying that it makes my playthrough more unique and interesting. And you know, in a somewhat indirect way, that is what I was going for. It wasn't my truest intention, but it was something I would have liked to accomplish. As for starting the playthrough when I did, I've been ready for Pokemon Gold for a very long time now, and I've been wanting to play it for months. It was so frustrating waiting for my cartridge to get fixed because I so badly just wanted to start my game up immediately. And even when I got my cartridge back, I was already in the middle of Thousand Year Door, and I needed to finish that before I even got to starting Pokemon. In other words, I didn't want to have a break. I wanted to get right into the action, no matter how strenuous it was going to be. So because of this huge undertaking, I have to do a lot of work beforehand, almost to the extent where I need to be 1 or 2 recording sessions ahead of where I am with uploads. There's recording, editing, uploading, and all the post-recording grinding I have to do with my Pokemon. And like I said before, wild Pokemon aren't incredibly generous with EXP, nor is the happiness system with increasing happiness. God, I wish the Soothe Bell existed in Gen 2. I need to be that far ahead because if I'm not, there's going to be like 1 week break in between each recording session. I don't want you guys to wait that long for the next Pokemon part. The way I'm doing things right now is perfect for me. I don't feel stressed by the process, I can continue to work on this alongside my other projects, and it just makes the project manageable and fun. However, because I have to do things this way, there are bound to be some flaws, and I'm fully willing to say that there are plenty of flaws with my playthrough. The biggest example would be misinformation. I don't claim myself to be a Pokemon expert, nor do I know every single thing about this game. Yes, I may have missed an item in an earlier part. Yes, certain Pokemon may be available elsewhere. And yes, Sudowoodo is a rock type, not a rock fighting type like I accidentally declared in an earlier part. These are just little things that can and will probably happen in this playthrough, and by the time I figure out the correct information, don't be surprised if 10 parts have passed since then before I correct myself. Other examples would be the widescreen format the videos were in for the first 13 videos. I had those videos recorded before I realized that the standard definition view was better, and I wasn't about to redo 10 to 15 hours of game progression just to change the format in such a minor thing. Also, in recent videos, I turned the battle animations off because when I was grinding it was making the battles take way too long for my liking. As a result, turning them off made the grinding go more quickly and made it more tolerable. But, because of this, I forgot to turn them back on when I started recording again, and they've been off and will be off until about video 23. However, at the same time, I don't feel like it's a big loss because battle animations don't really appeal to me anyway. They add very little to the game, and if anything, slow the battles down immensely when I just want to make progress. I'll turn them back on if you guys really want me to, but understand that this is not going to be an option until video 24 anyway, so I don't really want to see comments about wanting the animations back on for 6 or 7 more videos. There are also a lot of other things too, but I'm not going to nitpick over every little detail. On the whole, I have been enjoying this project, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too for what it is. I'm definitely not trying to do a half-assed job. I edit and watch all videos numerous times before I upload them. If there is a problem I see, I fix it or make a note of it for the future. However, there will be things I will miss or things I will just flub up on. It happens, and it happens to every YouTuber, whether you're talking about PewDiePie, Chuggaaconroy, The Completionist, or Game Theory. Mistakes will happen, and the bigger the project, the bigger likelihood for those mistakes. It's just kind of unfortunate that I've encountered more than I would have liked, but at this point, you just roll with the punches and try to move on from it. So for all my viewers, just try to keep that stuff in mind when you're watching this project from now on. I'm going to do my best to make sure these little flub-ups don't happen, and if they do, I'll try to make sure they aren't as frequent as they have been. And you know, don't be afraid about bringing up an issue or a mistake if you see one either. Just be kind and courteous about it, and just say something like, "Hey Slim, I noticed this in your video. Not sure if you realize this or not, but I did just want to ask about it and see if you knew about this or noticed this." And please don't be like, "Slim, you're wrong, blah blah blah, fix this, blah blah blah." Just don't be rude about it. Thankfully, I haven't encountered that level of rudeness very much. Maybe a few comments here and there, but for the most part, you guys have been kind and respectful and considerate, and that's the way I would like to continue seeing it. So that's really about it. Thanks for listening to me ramble on for a bit. I just wanted to get that stuff off my chest, and well, hey, I actually feel better about it already. Guess it goes to show you that you should never feel bad about having to get something off your chest. Guess that'll be my Slim Kirby Star Warrior lesson of the day or something. Okay, well, I gotta get going, guys, but thanks for your time, and I'll see you guys later. Just thanks again for listening to me, and again, just try to keep all that stuff in mind. Later, folks.